bitches. What's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.
What's up? What's up, party people in the house? Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm actually like wide awake. Don't know why I was up so early, but I am.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I
Well
was ready
done.
for the day.
Good. Well, we got Bukes in the house over on X, as always. Good morning, sir. And Caitlin popping in. Caitlin, how was National yesterday? Surprised I woke up on time. See, she was just out partying, just partying in the club all night, bumping all the V Friends community with baby girl, just getting her drink on, shots and shots and shots of water and orange juice all night long. Thanks for stopping by. Like seriously, how was National? I saw pictures. We left at 1 p.m. Um, I've been enjoying seeing the pictures, like a slightest bit of FOMO, but then like remembering how I did not like that place at all. So I'm good. Left at 1. Couldn't
Yeah,
hang with people that
that's
long.
what I was gonna ask, like how you're doing because you've done a couple more in person um
Yeah.
events. So it's like
It's just so I did 2 VCons and 1 national, and then just like little things, like little LA meetups
mhm.
and 1 little Arizona meetup, when my family went to Arizona. But yeah, I've
So it's
missed all the other
more the FOMO
stuff.
of the
So
people, not the actual event.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still, like I said the other day, is I really wanna do a Comic-Con and I really wanna do a Texas meetup. So, like, my thought is that, like, since I haven't done anything in I'm trying to think of when national was or when VCon was, but I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything in 2025 or now being 2026. I'm really hoping to be like, "Hey, wifey, can I do Texas and Comic-Con next year?" I've been a good boy.
Just saying, New
But
York Comic Con is in October.
the October this year won't happen because we're leaving on October 30th for like a week in Hawaii. So like that's already like set in stone and booked and like hard enough for me to handle anyways, like a week away from work and all that kind of shit. But
Yeah, it's
a
my
lot of
wife's.
money, all that stuff.
It's the same week as my wife's like massive conference that she runs for the state, and I added the
Oh,
tickets.
okay.
I added the tickets to our calendar, and she's like, "Oh, you're taking the baby too?" I'm like, "No, why?" She's like, "Well, that's the week of my conference." I was like, "Cool, buying another ticket, and taking the baby to Comic Con. This is gonna be fun." So it's gonna be
Yeah.
probably me and the 3 kids.
Oh, this year? That's your
Yeah,
plan? Oh, dang, dude. I'd have been
she's
calling
like, "You know my
grandparents.
conference is every October." I was like, "I blanked on the date."
Yeah. Dude, that's what grandparents are for, bro.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm like,
Just drop her off with K-Safe. He's a grandparent. Um, oh dang, I just realized that was my tattoo arm. Fuck, dude, my arm just is itching like crazy right now. It's killing me.
lotion.
Yeah, I know. Caitlin married an introvert. Well, make better choices. Rough day with stupid people. Yeah, that was my day yesterday. I had it was all going well, but I had a 3 p.m. meeting because this client just cannot bring herself to come and meet me earlier. I did. I did know it was coming. I did know it wasn't going to be fun. So I sat down solo and had 2 rounds of pizza and beer and read the Essex County comic by myself. I feel like I looked like a weirdo, like a grown man drinking beer, reading a comic, but I was like, fuck it, I don't care. No one bothered me or anything. And then yeah, I went to this meeting and man, I don't see a way I'm not getting fired or quitting this job. Like I just I'm the window of like the possibility of it ending well or decent is just like shrinking by the conversation. So that was not fun. That was not a fun way to cap the week
No.
at work, but also gives me, you know, all the more reason to just have so much fun this weekend. So looking
Yeah,
forward to
and
it.
it's. I mean, yeah, I've been there with some of those. It's hard when you can kind of see the writing on the wall. Like this isn't just good. This is not going to end well.
Yeah.
But then it's also like a can be a blessing. It's like was that stress
Yeah.
worth it the entire time I was on the job? Like, it's too much sometimes.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like if we can part ways, like and I can know that
They're not going to talk
they're
crap
not gonna
behind your
just
back.
like come attack. They're not gonna just come attack me in 2 years for something. That's like my only concern. Like that's my main reason for trying to stay on and end the relationship good is because I'm on the hook for these houses for 10 years, as far as everybody thinks and knows. And people in my area are just vicious. Like that's what happened to my mom's company that I used to work for. Is she didn't have as good of a relationship with the clients, and so when they would end, if they ended kind of badly, it would go really bad. And then next thing you know, like year 3, year 8, there's just lawsuits and lawyers and just she like the last couple of years of her company was just so many lawyers. And I'm like, I can't do that. So
No,
good morning, Mike. What's up? We missed you too, bud. How have you been? How's the family? How's the restaurant? What's going on, man? Did you say you made it down to his restaurant?
no,
Or you
we,
found another Greek restaurant near you?
no.
Is that
So
what it was?
we actually found one that's like right around the corner. But I told him last year that we were going to. Um, the problem is I used to go to all the way up to Lancaster when I was a kid with my mom and my grandma. So it's a whole logistics planning thing. Like my wife's like, well, you can't go up and not take your mom and your grandmother and with the kids and
Oh,
everything.
dang.
So I'm
Okay.
like, so trying to plan all of that. And then I told my mom, I'm like, oh yeah, well, like we're gonna go. I'm thinking about going up. And she's like, well, I just did that with my mother. I don't want to have to do it again this year. I'm like, oh, really? Like,
Oh, then you're like, cool. Can I go by myself?
yeah. I was like, all right, well then I think I'm gonna go.
And
And
not feel guilty.
she's like, no, well, if you go, you're gonna have to take your grandma. I'm like, well, I'm not taking her by myself. You're coming too. Someone's got to babysit.
Can't babysit the babies and the elderly. It's
That's
too
what I
much
said.
work.
She's hit that my grandmother, bless her soul, she's hit that age where she's like zero F's given and there's
Oh,
no
okay.
filter and it's just right on out. I'm like, grandma, you can't say stuff like that.
Yeah. See, Mike's saying he's like, what happens at Tzatziki Boys stays at Tzatziki Boys. No one needs to know. um, yeah, that's funny. Grandparents, man. All right. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Anything else? Anything else going on? Kids
No,
all
I don't.
good?
We have like no plans this weekend because we're gonna just
Mm,
be insanely busy all of August. So
gotcha.
yeah,
Oh,
wife's birthday
what's going on
weekend.
all of
Then
August?
well, it's the first weekend is my wife's birthday weekend. Then it's the baby's
Ah,
birthday and her
oh
party
shit.
on Saturday. Then we're driving to Disney on Monday. And then I'm hitting like two of my college friends on the way back. So we're not going to get back until Saturday.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
rented a massive Sprinter van.
Really?
It's like,
Nice.
yeah, I was like, I need the room.
Yeah. Yeah, those are dope. I mean, I've
Yeah,
never been in them, but I've heard enough. I've seen inside one of them. A buddy of mine has one that he like totally tricked out and takes up camping with mountain bikes and stuff like that. What's up, David? Good morning.
yeah, I'm going to take, I have it. I'm picking it up on Sunday. We're not leaving till Monday, so I'm gonna bring it to the house, take the back seats out, so I can like put up a blow up air mattress back there. So if the kids need to
Yeah.
sleep, they can just be like, go lay back on the air mattress.
Yeah, good stuff. Mike's heading to National tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff, dude. Have fun, man. Have freaking fun. Yeah, we have a pool party tomorrow at our house. I'll be grilling, hanging out, not going in the pool.
That's the
in
worst
just my
part.
feet. Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be like 105. So
You could always
I'm gonna
just
be
do
like
like
standing. I'm
the
gonna be
plastic
standing
bag with the
inside the
Saran wrap.
patio. I'll just fucking go inside and sit in the air conditioning. Yeah, no, I'll hang out like just my legs and feet. It's just the problem is like I'm one of the fun dads, so it's like I gotta like make sure all the kids know to like leave me alone. So
Yeah, that's
oh look at
the
that,
hard part.
Caitlin's gonna be there tomorrow too, Mike. See, there you go, perfect. Caitlin's gonna go for round two. Are you leaving the hubby at home? You're like, dude, I can't with you, guy. You just you gotta open up to people. I'm gonna take my dad. Like this is what it is. Um, yep. Sounds good, man. Phoenicians. Did you hear any of the music this morning? Like, did you hear me playing around with the music? I could not get
Yeah,
anything
that's
to work.
I was about to ask you. Were you switching it back and forth or
So I didn't hear it
okay?
at all. Like when I click it on my iPad, like for some reason, like did you just hear the do the
Uh-huh.
rating thing?
Mhm.
So when I click it on my iPad, it's not playing on my phone, which is what my headphones connected to. So then that's why you saw me grab my phone off the tripod and like turn it. And once I hit it on my phone, then I could hear it on it's like StreamYard, dude. Just
It comes across fine.
nah, he finally found wrestling cards when I was ready to leave. Yeah, I did see a post from someone that was like, this year's national has way more other cards, other shops than just sports. And I was like, oh, maybe I should have explored more. Maybe that was my problem last year. But I'm totally fine just not like just checking that one off the list. Like, did it, don't care.
It's just yeah, it's a lot, and I collect cards. I have tons of cards, but I don't have like
Yeah.
as you can see, but I'm not carrying around like suitcases. Like
Yeah.
I can't invest that much into it.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta stop. All right. The reading. Answer the call. How'd you feel, man?
Good old Winston Churchill. That's like I said before we went on. I have notes from last year. I have no idea what they meant or why I wrote them down. But for some reason, it's like the last question. Will they be prepared to answer? I wrote it needs to be a balance of preparation and reaction. I have no idea why I wrote that. But then I read it. I was like, oh well,
Yeah.
it's like telling them to take a risk, and it's you as parents, we always want them to succeed. So it's and I see it today in a lot, especially in sports and stuff. I hear when we're at the ball field, I hear it from a lot of the parents. It's oh, keep your eye on the ball. What are you doing? Pay attention. Well, if you're not telling
Yeah.
the kid yelling at them, they're not going to be looking at you. They're actually going to be paying attention. Like let them have fun.
Right.
Let them experience. Like, hey, you're going to strike out. Do better next time. And that's kind of what I thought I meant. Like I got from this. It's like, oh well, you can prepare. You can keep preparing. You can practice, but you can't essentially take the place of your kid. You can prepare them as much as they want, but at some point it needs to be their reaction. It needs to be, well, do they actually enjoy the game? Do they actually want to get better, or are they doing it just to make you happy? And I feel like we used to see it around like the preteen age when kids, and like that's when I was growing up, it's like I don't really want to play baseball anymore. Like it was boring for me. I wanted to do soccer. I wanted to do lacrosse where you're constantly moving. I couldn't just stand there and sit still. But now I feel like we're seeing it at almost the 7, 8, 9-year-old age of, oh, I don't like this sport anymore. You're just starting. It just got like the competitive, like you just stop having parents and coaches pitch to you, and the burnout is so much faster and sooner.
Mm,
And I wish, and I see it. I know Courage posts about it a lot. It's how parents are just like forcing and over investing in some of the kids. Like, oh, you're a good pitcher. All right, let me get you in pitching programs where you're gonna at 8 years old gonna be throwing 50 miles an hour and have a torn shoulder and by your teenage
Mhm.
years. So that's kind of where I got from this. Is like, well, there's just, you need to let them be a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave this comment up for the rest of the show because it's
Yeah,
probably the most
seriously.
important thing anyone's ever said. I think it's just it's the way we're gonna go sports, but I think it's a little bit in school as well, in learning. I think as we've grown as a world, as like a society and a culture, like as we've improved everything. So like to get off of like to get where Caitlin's talking about grit is like every advancement that we make makes life a little easier, makes life a little faster, makes doing something a little easier. So like I was talking about the other day about how my kids can just learn something on YouTube in like a matter of minutes. So that kind of translates to me in a way that like they don't want to spend years and years and years on one thing because they can just relearn some like a new thing, like add more to their repertoire. That word always sounds weird when I say it.
Mm-mm.
Every month, every week, every day. So it's like, I'm always telling them, look, I would much rather you do like learn multiple things and just become a more well-rounded person. But yes, I'm hoping that as you move through these things, something sticks for a couple of years. Uh, and then, but it's just hard. And so like the reading today is like, will they answer the call? Life's going to throw some obstacles at you, some opportunities. Like, are your kids going to be brave enough, strong enough, resilient enough, like have a good enough perspective to understand that this is an opportunity for you to grow in? And that's kind of like the training that we have to do. But the weird part about that is like you said, you have to like you have to practice and, like, support them, but when game day comes, you gotta just stand back and let them do whatever they're gonna do. Like, yelling at them from the stands when an opportunity is presented in front of them is never going to be the answer. Like, like you said, you're just distracting them.
Mhm.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
them
and
be a kid,
kind of like what you said.
100%.
It's they're growing up in an information overload. Um,
Yeah,
like you said, it's
nonstop.
everything is at ease of access for them. Where for us, it was Google had just become a thing. I remember taking
Yep.
computer classes, and our computer teacher was trying to have us beat Google and see who could figure out the least amount of searches when Googling a word. You're still good now. You're going to get over a million regardless of what you put into Google. Um,
Yeah.
but and like you said, it's having something stick to for them, and it's going to be a lot harder, I think, for their generation because of the ease of access of everything
Yeah.
for something to stick, because they can change their mind. It's like, oh well, I really enjoy, and like my youngest, he's loving race cars, and Shark Week is coming up, and it was Shark Fest on Discovery, that he's loving everything about sharks, but now he doesn't want to go in the ocean. um, but it's just, and it's like you said, it's when they find something to stick, it's, you just got to lean into it and
Yeah.
accept that, oh well, this is what they're going to like. It's probably going to change because that's where we're at now. We're not in the generation of our parents where you go to school, they had a part-time job, they start their job and they have their career for the rest of their life. Like Gary Vee always says,
Yes.
like, you're 40 years old, you're 50 years old, you're 60. Okay, start over. It's very, I don't want to say it's easy, because it's not easy to start. It's very like there's a
No.
lot to go into it, but it's easy in the sense of the information is there. The if you need the training, the education, it's a lot easier to find it versus, I want to say, not when we were growing up, because college was kind of pushed a lot, but like the generation before us, it was, oh, well, you need this certification. Oh, well, go talk to this person who's going to tell you to talk to this person who's going to finally tell you to talk to this person. And you got to sign up for this
Yeah.
versus just Googling it, clicking a link, signing up, and getting registered.
Yeah. Or just watching a series of YouTube videos learning how to
Mhm.
do X and then
Yeah.
like going and getting a job and saying, "Oh, I already know how to do it." Like here, I've already made a bunch of YouTube videos and I have like 1,000 followers watching me already do X. They're like, "Wait, you didn't go to college for this?" I'm like, "No, I just learned."
But yeah, like you said, you can't play the game for them. You can't fight the fight for
Yeah.
them. You can't go into class and take the test for them. And that's where
Yeah.
I think that I was writing the reaction. It's like, how are they going to be dramatic and just fold, or are they going to adapt and overcome?
Yeah. But like it says, like we just need to be preparing them. That's what the whole
Mhm.
month has been about, right? Is preparing them to do anything and everything and be strong enough and resilient enough and curious enough and all those kind of things. And then, like Caitlin said, trying to find times to step back and let them fail through things. Like, if you can't figure out how to do it, what are you going to do? Like, their first thing is always going to be ask mom and dad. Um, but like we need to find those times, obviously not when we're like busy in the hustle and bustle and got to get out of the house and get to the airport. But like if you have a time where you're like, look, we got nothing on the agenda today and we can be late. Look, time to let the kids struggle. Be
Mhm.
like, I'm busy right now, honey. Why don't you try and figure that out for yourself? And let them, fail a couple times, get through it, maybe spout off, oh, why don't you try it like this? But again, not doing it for them.
Which is
Wait, parents
which
aren't able
which
to
is
take the test.
which is exactly what your first talking point of the recap is too.
Oh yeah. Guys, look at this. It's on X. I tagged most of you. This is the recap. We're gonna go in this. The month of July has ended. Tomorrow we all open the book, except Caitlin. Um, and we are gonna learn a new theme for August. But as we recap July, yeah, we got some points here. So find the post on X, tag a friend. Let's say we're trying to grow this thing. I don't know. That's just what I wrote today. I may not feel that way, but yeah. Which one stands out to you the most, dude?
Kind of what you were just talking about. It's number one. And I feel like it's what I mean, I struggle with it. I think a lot of parents struggle with it. It's
Yeah.
you're not your kid isn't a carbon copy of you, and it's not a practice to make them a better version of yourself. They're
Yeah.
completely different. They have their own unique gifts. It's not you need to, and it's what since the Daily Dads, it's what I've been actively trying to do. It's you need to learn their personality before you actually try to shape their personality. And
Yes.
it's kind of
And it's
like this
very hard to do.
self-reflection point. It's am I encouraging them who I wish they were or who they want to be? And
Yeah.
you gotta it's kind of everything that I've been doing recently in the past year. And with leaning into them and trying to tell them different things. Yeah, exactly. I don't want a carbon copy of myself either. I know what I was like
Well,
growing
so
up.
it's like you say that and like you think that, but in reality, like a lot of them is going to be,
Mhm.
a mixture, right? Like my wife and I kind of get into this all the time is like she's you and she's you and he's me. And it's like, no, like if you really think about it, like 40% of him is you, 20% of him is me, and the other 40 is like that's new. That's him. So you kind of try to stoke the new that's him. But the problem is that like you're their biggest role model. Like you or the wife or you and the wife are their biggest role model. So when you're just in yourself doing you, you're showing them an example, but you're only showing them the example that you know that you
Mhm.
are. So so they kind of carbon copy you a little bit just by general nature. Um,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, it becomes really hard to kind of like reframe your mind a little bit and be like, you know what? I don't want them to learn this. So I want to stoke something different in them. So then that's when the self work comes into place.
Yep.
Yeah. Started early,
100%.
people. Started early. The Greek Mikes and the Caitlins that are just finding this book when their kids are 1 or 0. You guys got this. You're the future, not us. No, definitely not me. I'm too far gone. I'm just trying to coach you all.
Yeah. And that number 3,
Coach
because
through
number
my
3,
mistakes.
I think hits on the mental health of the kids about like
Yeah.
listening beneath the words, listening to more
Mm-hmm.
than the surface. Like the watch me kind of means like, hey, I'm reaching out. Like, do I actually matter to you? You're paying attention to this kid more than that, like more than me. Well, and I always get it. It's like, oh, will you play Hot Wheels? Will you play that? And it's right as I walk through the door, right when I walk through, I'm like,
Yeah. Instantly.
and it's always, but yeah, and I've been actively trying to not say no, and
Yeah.
which led me to not right now. Well, then I got called out and it's like, well, you always are saying not right now, maybe later, and then we never actually do it. So the
Yeah.
last 2 or 3 months, like with summer and everything, I was like, you know what? I'll be an extra half hour. I'll be a little bit more tired in the morning if I can lean into playing with the boys more because they want the more time. And I always was asking the oldest, like, oh, how was today? Like, oh, I'm good. I'm fine. And it's like, well, no, if you're being that short with me, you're really not fine. You're just saying you're fine. So you can just go and be lonely upstairs and watch and now it's the last week I've taken them on bike rides with me when I go running. I take them to the park and I've noticed a little bit of change in their behavior. So I'm gonna.
Nice.
It's the mental health thing, and you don't think of it because like, oh, they're kids, they can bounce back, they're fine. But no, these are like the key years of shaping. Like, do you actually care about
Yes.
that kid more than me? And with 3, it's hard. And
Oh,
with
yeah.
with the 2 olders and the 1 younger, the 1 younger needs some more time, but you still need that time with the older ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna say that like I did it right or anything like that because I definitely screwed up with the first one because I just didn't know. That was like, I
Mhm.
was 24, first kid. Like my wife and I had just known each other for a little bit. But having the big gaps in between them in age definitely helps. Like give me more time with each one of them separately, give me more time to grow in between them, all that kind of stuff. But yes, you gotta try to what I've found is best is when they ask for something like right when you walk in the door. I've been like, yeah, not right now. Let me just like get my things down. Give me like 30 minutes. And like even like to the point of like I've set a timer a couple of times where it's like where and like I'm teaching the kids, like my older ones already know how to use timers, but with Bentley, I'm like, hey, put a timer on your iPad, dude, and we'll get after it. Or like, no, we can't play basketball right now because right now is the time when the sun is like blinding behind the backboard. So as soon as the sun goes down, like kind of sunsetty time, we'll go out there and play. Plus it's hot. So just kind of, and then hopefully on the outside of that, it's kind of teaching him like time and like time management and that like things aren't instant because that's the other problem is like with the instant gratification of their
Yeah.
iPads and their devices and all that stuff, like they get very much like, I want to play. I'm going to ask dad. Dad's busy. Okay, I'm going to go do something else. And like if they don't get that instant gratification and that instant hit, I think it hurts them more than we want it to.
Mhm.
Whereas like teaching them that patience and that like if you wait for something and you let dad do the dishes and then he'll come run around with you. Um, and then there's the other side of that where it's like, is what you're really doing like really that important that you can't just like run around with your kid for 5 minutes? Like it's always going to be like 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes tops that they want to run around and do an activity like because their minds are so like instant gratification. They move to the next thing really quickly.
Mhm.
So you could kick the soccer ball with them for 10 minutes and then go right back to the dishes. I've done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Caitlin really likes number 5, which was give them space to breathe and grow. Yep. Teaching
Yeah.
them that can be hard if they're very connected, like especially as they come out of like the twos and the threes where they like need you for everything. But like stoking their independence in every way that you can is a great thing for sure.
Yeah, I do. I like number 5 too because
Stoking
it also shows that like the give them space to grow. It's you like we said
love that,
earlier,
David.
you need to let them make the mistakes. You can't just fly in and rescue them from every problem ever and solve everything for them.
Yeah.
But it also like you need to encourage them to like, okay, well you failed. I'll bring it back to sports. Like, oh, you struck out. Okay, well, what can you do next time to do better to prepare yourself? Like, I do 5 minutes question.
She's like the kids are like, I can't talk. I can't talk. I want to talk. I want to ask questions. Are they allowed to talk amongst themselves though? Like, cause that would be
Welcoming.
great if you push them on that train. It's like talk amongst yourselves. Oh, no talking. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The being silent and the being bored is like that's a whole nother thing in our kids' generation that
Mhm.
has that's not found a fix in my house for sure. Um, but yeah, I think that's as parents, that's our biggest problem right now is trying to get our kids to enjoy boredom or to like just be bored and figure that shit out. Like not grab a phone or an iPad. That's my problem is my kids have phones and iPads, so they're never bored. But I challenge
Yeah,
all of you to like, make that happen.
I tell my boys all the time, I'm like, you need to learn to be bored. They're like, what is that even supposed to mean? That's boring. I'm like, exactly. It's like me
Yeah.
and your uncle, we would go outside, we would make up a game, then we would go play the game and find friends to play the game with us. It's like there's an
Yeah.
entire neighborhood behind you. Walk back there, knock on the door with me in the area and see if there's like I was like, you have friends from baseball that you know where they live back there.
Yeah.
You have an entire backyard. You have it and I used to like I don't want to say threaten, but I used to be like, you have a playroom full of toys. I'm going up there with a trash bag if you don't play with them. Like, but then I
Yeah.
would
I've said
go
that a
up
million times. Yeah.
they would finally go up there and I wouldn't hear them for like 2 hours. I'd go up and it would be a mess. And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I need to." I'm like, "No, leave it a mess. Like this is what I wanted you guys to
Yeah.
do. We'll clean it up
Yep.
eventually, but like go and just make up games and learn to and it's how they learn to like negotiate and manage each other. And
Hmm.
I feel like that's why we see the generation that grew up on with the technology and had that, like you said, that instant gratification aren't bored. It's you're seeing a lot more problems when they're hitting the teenage years, and it's not just for with like in school. It's also like with each other too. And I mean, we would get that growing up. You'd be like, oh, that person doesn't like that person. There's gonna be a fight out after school. But now I feel like you see it a ton more of like the bickering back and forth between the kids, and it's like you have groups of two and
Yeah.
three versus groups of like 10 and 15 friends. And I know I've
Oh
talked
yeah.
before how like the social gatherings are down 70%, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I like absolutely love when we have our friends over and they do split up into groups of two and three. Like all the kids don't play together. It's more of an age and a sex thing than anything.
Mhm,
But that's when my playroom gets fucking annihilated. And like I don't care. Like that's totally fine.
mhm,
That just means that they're playing. They're really good about like dispersing around my house and just like having fun. And then they will come and be like, this person said this thing to, like there are always those little things. And, we as parents just, try our best in those moments. But yeah, honestly, it's the gatherings are the best thing right now for
mhm.
me. Like, and I love when the kids are in school. I love when the kids are doing group activities. Like Brooklyn went to do dance class yesterday. Bentley had a play date at one of those like Ninja Warrior factories. So that was cool. But it's so hard. My wife is like, it's so hard to schedule with other moms. And the moms that she's friends with, they have daughters at Bentley's age and they just don't really get along that much. and so he's always wanting to go find like his male friends from
Mhm.
school, but Amy like doesn't really vibe with the other moms. So she's trying to find she's trying to find a mom with a boy that Bentley could be satisfied with that will make it easy. Like if we could find that, like the unlock would be different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough.
And it's unfortunate. Like we have the same thing. There's a because they're I mean, I've said it before, our boys go to Catholic school, and there's a group of boys that my oldest is friends with, but the moms are extremely clicky. I mean, they went and got matching tattoos.
Yeah.
Like the kids are in second grade. Do you really think they're going to be best friends in their entire life? They might be, but you're all went and got matching anyway. So it's like
That's
they go
hilarious.
out and do stuff. But then they keep it to just their crew, and their kids are actually like, I've heard their kid. Oh well, can this person come? No, they're not coming. It's just going to be, and it's like they're almost.
Yeah.
It's sad because they're almost like excluding their own children because they want to just be so clicky. And that's what I told I was like, don't worry, like he's in second grade. He has some like his one best friend.
Yes.
Like I clipped the one thing when I was ripping cards with him. He's like, hey dad, remember you and we call my one friend John, and we call him Uncle Dude. He's like, your one friend Uncle Dude, how you guys are best friends? He's like, that's gonna be me and Liam. Like we're gonna be best friends for forever too. I was like, you know what, dude? You lock in on that one really good friend that you have right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely makes a difference, finding a tribe of people, and
Mhm.
it's just one of those things, like, it's a relationship, like, it's a bonding thing, like, you never know who your kid's gonna bond with at school. That's mostly where they're gonna find all these people. So they're put in a classroom, so it's pretty, like, easy for them, like, there's 10 other boys in a classroom, and they pick, you know however they pick each other. However they get along, they get along. But then it becomes, okay, mom, I want to have a play date. So then you introduce yourself to the parent. And then it's like, do you and the other parent vibe? That's a really hard chance that like
Yeah,
that actually is going to happen because kids are like not set in their ways. So they can like adapt and almost befriend anything. Whereas as parents, like we're very set in our ways. So if the other parent you're meeting doesn't vibe with you, or the classic thing that's happened to me more times than not is like me and the dad get along, but the moms just aren't really vibing. And so I'm like, okay, our kids paired, the dad's paired, but the moms didn't. Sorry, that's gonna fly away because the moms do all the scheduling.
yeah. I
And
think
then I'll be
where
like,
we're at is
bye, Dad Fred. It was great
we're
while
at
we
the
had it.
stages. Do they parent similar, like not the same, but similar to us? Like, because
Yeah,
I
it's
don't want to say
tough,
we're
dude.
helicopter parents, but we're like my kids are 6, 7, and going to be 2. I'm not when we go to the campground. I don't just let them run wild. Like if we're
Yeah,
going to the pool, we're going, and they're gonna stay in view, or we're going to the lake, they're gonna stay in view. They're not just going down like, oh, I'm going down the lake, but no, you're not. Like you're
yeah.
not. And some of the parents, they're like, oh yeah, just go down, just check in. No, they're still young. They're like they still need some sort of supervision. Like I'm not gonna
Yep.
hover over them, but I'm gonna be able where I can see my kid. So it's a rough line, but I don't know.
See you, David. Have a great weekend, man. Yeah, it totally is. My buddy Scott and I talk about that because he's getting into that path too. He's got 7 and 5, I believe, and they just found a whole new friend group. And he's like, dude, it's weird. He's like, we go to the beach together, and like I'm down in the water playing, and then
Mhm.
all the other parents are just like up on the sand, like drinking and like hanging out and just like talking, and like they have no idea where their kids are. So I'm watching like 10 kids, or like I feel like I'm watching 10 kids, but really no one else really cares.
That was me last weekend. I turn around and it's like I have my 2 boys, my wife's got the
We all
baby.
want MP. Come on.
My wife's got the baby. I have 4 other kids, and then next thing I know, I'm like, all right, well, we got to go back for dinner. And my young bless Jackson, and he's got the biggest heart in the world. But he's like, well, I invited everyone over for dinner. I'm like, well, did they ask their parents?
Dude.
And all 4 of these other kids come back and like, yeah, we can come over. They said yes. I'm like, cool. So now I'm cooking for 6 growing boys. I was like, okay, but I don't know any of these kids. They're gonna come to my like. This is
But just the
okay.
kids came, not the parents too.
No parents. And then I had to like,
free night, freedom, let's go.
I told them, I was like, well, tell your parents like you're coming back at this time. And I just like sent them out the door. And I was like, well, I hope you find your way back. Like, I don't even know who you are.
I don't know where you came from.
And then I told
That's
him, I was like, Jackson,
hilarious.
you gotta ask me before you start.
Did that
inviting
give
people
you
over.
like a nice? Did that give you and your wife like a nice reminder of why like where you actually live is like a big spaced out property and like
Yes.
Jackson can't just invite like because like me, I have like 100 neighbors within walking distance.
And he always tells
Where
us,
do
he's
those
like,
kids
"It's
come
our
from,
old
honey?
house when we lived in the neighborhood and we had the parties in the street." I'm like, "Yeah, bud, but those were expensive."
Yeah, it is hard feeding people.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, dude. Well, yeah. Thank you everybody for hanging out, chatting with us. Caitlin, David, Bukes. I saw Dylan pop in. What's up, Dylan? How's it going, everybody? Mike's back. Let's go. Everybody have a great weekend. Everyone going national. Give hugs and high fives to all of our friends.
Mhm.
Caitlin, did you chat with Ryan Turner or was he doing what he said he was gonna do, or was he like because I told him, I'm like, Ryan, he's like, oh, I have this idea. Like, I'm gonna go to national and like interview parents and like just get some clips for Daily Dads and stuff. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, Caitlin and her husband are going. They're like new, fresh parents, and Caitlin's like watching the show. Like, it'd be really cool if you talk to them. And like, I think Chels and Rob Mesher are going. So like, it'd be cool to like see a new parent couple that doesn't even have their kid yet, but is like preparing for all this stuff, and then a experienced parent couple and like put them together and like a foursome or whatever and like talk to them. And he's like, "Oh yeah,
Torturous words.
and then what? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's almost like you should do a
Sorry.
panel with them and
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I may have tried to avoid people. Well, don't do that. Find
no
him
avoiding
and
people,
just
Caitlin.
like be like, shake, Keith. What's up, buddy? Keith, can you find Ryan Turner and ask him to ask you questions about parenting on camera so that he can send them to Dom? Say, Dom said that you were supposed to ask me questions. Yeah, everybody looks for Keith. You got to get that Keith hug, that smile, But what's up, Keith? I'm glad you're having a good time. Yeah, and tell Ryan to go live from National. I'll set it up. But yeah. But yeah, I told Ryan, that's an excellent idea, dude. I would love for you to do that. And then I guarantee you he just doesn't do anything. He's just he's he's just in the gym and then he pops in at national like a ghost. He moves so fast. Yeah. But all good. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Check the recap. Let me know what y'all think. Tag some people. I don't know. Maybe we grow this. I'm not sure. Your friend did not call me back. So I was bummed on that. She
I'll get
messaged me back and she was like, when can we jump on call? And then I was like, 11 o'clock tomorrow. Here's my phone number. Call me.
Did
And
you
then
message her
it's
on
been
Facebook?
crickets. Yeah, I hate fucking Facebook
Yeah,
messaging.
she said
So
let
that's why I
me
gave her my number. That's why
yeah,
I
let
gave her
me
my
get
number. I'm like,
I'll get
just
her
text me.
I'll send you her contact because that's what she texted my wife and she's like, well, I barely check Facebook. I'm like, okay.
Neither do I. I don't either. I freaking hate it. It's the worst. Went to the DJ Kaufman meetup. Yeah, man. See, that's what I'm jealous about. Like those things sound cool.
Mhm.
I saw a bunch of stuff of DJ just sitting there, butt in the chair, just drawing stuff like a
Yeah.
madman that he is. So that's super cool. But that's why I'm interested in Comic Con. Like that sounds really fun. Getting remarks on comics just sounds like a really cool thing, or sketches. But man, have fun, Keith. I want to have DJ. I'm gonna bring every comic to DJ and have him put a stoic slime on the cover of every one of them.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just because. Just because. Um Caitlin is not coming today, right, Caitlin? But she is coming tomorrow, I think is what I remember. Nice. TJ's remarking all kinds of stuff. Good man. Yeah. See y'all back here on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you, people.
August is always be a fan, so that's gonna be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Support your kids, cheer for them, all that kind of good stuff. That sounds fun. Later, buddy.
See ya.
Bye, everybody. Come on, iPad. Stupid iPad.